Hello guys, I'm Jade. How are you today? In Korea it's just so cold. Oh my gosh. It's better than hot weather, but I don't like too cold weather either. um, anyway, today let's talk about Korean cultural things with Korean language. So you can run Korean culture things and English and Korean together. That's why I just gonna yeah making this video right now. So 희로애락. 희 means 기쁨, joy. 로 is anger, 노여움. And 애 means sorrow, 슬픔. And 락 means pleasure, 즐거움 in Korean. So today we talk about hero erak. Yeah, it related this culture, so it's gonna be very interesting for you guys. Something similar like a Western culture or something different. So the first one, 축하. Yeah, it's a given 소식, right? It's joy, right? Joy and pleasure. So congratulations in English, right? So example, girl marriage and singing, B-day, birthday, right? And graduation, job, and some other things, right? So in marriage there, right? The before the married, right? The bride and bridegroom, right? They said brides, brides. Oh my gosh, sorry. Bride, all brides, all bridegrooms, right? They send uh wedding invitation, or you can say wedding card in English, or save the date. Yeah, actually save the date. I watched the K-pop Demon Hunters, right? So the inside the character, right? Oh my god, what's the character name? Yeah, it gives, right, the message for the Lumi, right? So there is a save the date. Yeah, actually save the date is usually, right, the before marriage, or before marriage, right? There's or the special event, right? Before the special event, yeah, they're just gonna let them people, right? So yeah, they just gonna telling everyone, yeah, we're gonna have a wedding with wedding receptions or some other events, blah blah blah. So they send like that. So it's a similar like Korean culture, right? The wedding invitation, 청첩장. Yeah. So yeah, it is another expression you can understand. Then yeah, uh, how can I say? Then you can understand well. I mean, oh my gosh, and when marriage there, right? Korean people, right? The guests, all guests, right? They give a 축의금. 축의금 means a congratulatory money or money gifts. Yeah, in Western country, right? Usually they give gifts for the brides, right? Or maybe bridegrooms, right? So they do a bridal shower, right? Or a bachelor party. They do, right? But in Korea, actually, I think in young generations, right? They do bridal shower. And then guys, I think it depends on, right? They do, yeah, bachelor party too. So I don't know exactly. I have no experience, but yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah, some people they do bridal shower or bachelor party. They do, yeah. So bridal shower actually for, yeah, the Koreans, right? Korean subscribers, you can understand, right? 자, 우리 한국 그 구독자님들은 이해하시겠죠? 제가 지금 한국말로 할게요. 제가 영어 했다가 한국말 하니까 제 한국말이 조금 영어 버전 좀 나오더라도 이해해 주세요. 이게 죄송합니다. 이게 한국말 했다가 영어 하면은 제가 말이 좀 꼬여요. 이게 말하는 방식이 달라가지고 좀 더 심해지더라고요. 그래서 좀 이해해 주시고요. 그래서 이 브라이드 샤워는 결혼을 앞둔 신부들을 이렇게 축하해주는 파티거든요. 뭐 호텔이나 뭐 이런 뭐 특별한 장소를 이렇게 빌려서 이제 이렇게 파티해주고 막 선물도 주고 그렇게 하더라고요. 한국에서는. 이제 외국에서도 좀 그렇게 하긴 해요. 그걸 이제 좀, 이렇게 한국, 이제 젊은, 이렇게 어린 친구들은 이렇게 좀 하는 것 같더라고요. 이게 이렇게 하는 친구들이 꽤 있더라고요. 옛날부터. 그리고 배첼러 파리는 이제 결혼식 전날 뭐 신랑과 그 남사친, 그죠? 그 male friends 들이랑 마지막 자유를 즐기는 행사 같은 거거든요. 한국도 이런 게 이제 우리 파티 같은 거 하시는 것 같은데 제가 이거는 남자분들은 잘 모르겠어요. 여자분들은 제가 그걸 이제 들은 적도 있었고 그가 인스타그램 이런 데서 본 적이 있거든요. 혹시 해본 적 있으신 분들 댓글로 남겨주세요. Okay. And 피로연. After marriage, right? In Korea, the bride and bridegrooms, right? Actually, mm, they do this wedding reception. Actually, I heard the experience my friend's wedding day. Yeah, I joined this wedding reception. In English, you can say wedding reception or reception. So in Korean, 피로연, 피로연. Mm. When I joined, right? She was my middle school friend. I think they just gonna play the kind of game where, drunk, drunk some alcohol, maybe wine, or I cannot remember. It was very long time ago. Yeah, she married a very early age, so well, it was not bad actually. Uh, yeah, and now we're talking about the sad situation, right? So widow, it's just 슬픔, it's just sad, right? And 상실, you lost someone, right? Someone dead, right? Condolences in English, right? So, for example, 장례식 is a funeral, right? Yeah. So in funeral day in Korea, right? Uh, the I mean the friends side, right? Or some relatives or whatever, right? People they just gonna join the funeral there, right? And then they give a 조의금 or 부의금 and 부조금. Actually, three things are alright, same meaning, but the slightly the nuance a little bit different. So condolence money, yeah, you can say 조의금, and 부의금 is a funeral money or a funeral offering. And 부조금 is contribution money or financial support. Yeah, actually the meaning is different, right? But yeah, it's the same purpose. Yeah, it's a kind of a culture in Korea. You guys have this kind of a culture too. I just wondered if you have different cultural things like this, right? I can leave your comments. Actually, when I was in Canada, right, I had a Chinese friend, and then one day I joined a funeral. Yeah, actually, she didn't talk to me. It was a Chinese grandma's funeral, so that time I got yes some money and then candy or cookie, I cannot remember, I got from them actually. It was actually the mixture, right? the Western funeral and the Chinese funeral, I think. So it was so interesting for me. Yeah. That's my experience outside of the country, actually. And exceptional Korean culture things, 주전부리 or 간식. Yeah, it also I got from K-pop Demon Hunters. They're talking about 주전부리, something like that, right? They're eating ramen, some ramens or kimbaps or snacks, right? So we can say 주전부리 or 간식. Yeah, it's the same meaning in English, snacks actually. So when you want to eat something, right? um, you're just gonna say, 주전부리 할 게 없어? 와, 간식 좀 있니? 주전부리 좀 사러 가야겠네? Yes, yeah, like that. It's a kind of example, okay? And 안주, it's a snack served with alcohol beverages. Yeah, in Korean we said 안주, right? And also kind of a side dish, right? Side dish is actually banchan, but 안주 is a kind of a side dish. And or bar food or in spoken English, right? Yeah, munchies. You can say like that too. So when Korean people drink alcohol, right, like a soju, right? Usually, Korean people eat with drink with soju, a kind of a soup, right? Soup or the pancakes, right? Kimchi pancakes, right? Something like that. And also usually the beer and soju, right? Somek, right? Yeah, soju and beer, right? We call somek, right? Usually people eat together. I mean, drink it together. The chicken with the chicken. So we, yeah. So well, depends on maybe some other things, right? And usually the Western country in Korea also same, right? When you drink wine, right? Some cheese or some other things, right? Yeah. Of course, when Korean people drink soju, right? And beers, right? Actually, some nuts like peanuts or maybe depends on almonds, right? Almonds or some other things, or it's a squid, right? Roasted squid, right? Something like that. Yeah. This is it's a similar culture with the Western culture things, or maybe it's something different part of that. So it's gonna be good. How can I say interest? Who is running Korean culture, or I mean Korean language too, right? That's why, yeah, I made this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, I was thinking about it that I explain in English or Korean, but this is for foreigners. Yeah, because when Korean people watch this, right, I think they can understand well. Maybe some young generation people, right, they don't know how different exactly, but it's gonna be very interesting part. Yeah, it's so cold in Korea, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this video again, and then subscribe me, like me. Goodbye. See you.